welcome my soul tribe. Thank you so much for joining me. This is going to be a collective message for singles, okay? I know a while back I was like, I really need to give some space and time to the single energies here. So we're going to go ahead and dive in. Remember, these are collectives, so receive what aligns, release what doesn't. Never give your power away to a reading or an outcome. Remember that you shift and change your timeline with your free will choice. So what I'm sensing here for kind of what is coming up for the single energies, we start out with the Five of Pentacles. Now, typically the Five of Pentacles represents something that is not growing. Five of Pentacles can be scarcity mindset, but that's not really what's showing up here in this deck. This actually looks quite beautiful, doesn't it? So it looks like someone here wants to come in and romance you, okay? We also have the Magician energy, so it feels like things are quite magical in the respect of how nature responds around you, the ambiance, the scene that is set, the date that you go on. There could be music, there's flowers, there's beauty, and it feels like you both feel from like the beginning that there's something here. You might even feel like a closeness with this person that you are kind of surprised about, right? That's kind of what's coming through here. You might even be like sharing things more, like a more emotional intimacy than you expect, or you just, their energy feels comfortable, you feel safe with them, you just want to be close to them. There's also a sense here he's like holding her in his arms, but her knees are in her chest. So there's this sense of also respect of boundaries. There's respect of personal space. The Three of Pentacles is also like seeing the potential, what could be built, feeling like maybe there's a soul contract here that's possible, right? And the Queen of Cups is again like, it feels good energetically and spiritually to be with this person. This is also somebody who lifts you up. It's a masculine energy, you know, that lifts you up and kind of puts you on a pedestal here. Someone who recognizes a lot of the changes and the things that you have moved through. And you might even feel like you've manifested each other into your experience, especially at this time. Those of you tuning in, you know, you may have been to this person's place or they may have been to your place. This might be somebody who wants to cook for you. Okay, but like they feel the love from you. They feel the energy from you. And there is a lot of romance that's coming through here. We also have the Nine of Wands, the Ace of Swords, and the Knight of Pentacles. Now, the Nine of Wands energy, you know, you see there's like the start of a foundation. So I feel like even though, yes, there's attraction here and there's romance and there's connection, this is speaking about the importance of discussing like the wounds. And if you're building a foundation or connection with this person, that you're not skipping over things and that you're addressing, because the Nine of Wands is, it's an energy of not giving up, right? But it's also like the wounded warrior. So kind of talking a little bit about that and having those important conversations and listening to each other, having those heart-to-hearts and building like a proper foundation here. I also feel like there are ancestor energies that are kind of surrounding this connection and, you know, surrounding the two of you. But taking the space and time to open up and have those conversations and maybe even start on a friendship level and building, you know, from a friendship level here. But some of you are, you know, you're going to talk about your past experiences. You're going to talk about your emotional wounds. And with that Ace of Swords, you know, it's going to become, again, you're going to have even more clarity in this connection. This is someone who you both bring each other clarity. You're very honest with each other. You're very direct with each other. There's still gentleness, there's still softness, but I don't sense any game playing. I don't sense any BS. Of course, use your own discernment in your own situations. But with that Ace of Swords energy, you know, it could be too that like your person opens up or you open up about, you could have been with somebody who was controlling or they could have been with someone that's controlling, but it's like you're getting everything kind of out on the table, but it doesn't feel like it's overwhelming. It doesn't feel like you're discussing everything all at once. It's like at the right time of the connection with what you're creating and what you're building. That's another message that's coming through here, but it's like there's a sense of just wanting to be close to each other. It doesn't feel like it's like a past life energy familiarity. It just feels aligned. And then with that Knight of Pentacles energy, that's doing it right. That's taking the forward steps. That's not skipping steps. That's not compromising. The Knight of Pentacles is the messenger from the King of Pentacles. And so the Knight of Pentacles, has a goal and then step by step achieves it, right? That's what's coming through here is kind of the end of the spread is the sense of forward movement, but steady forward progress in integrity, right? Without rushing. The Knight of Pentacles is the slowest knight. It's not rushing, but it's very grounded in the steps that are taking. So there's kind of a lot that's being established here, or at least on this timeline for those of you that are tuning in and resonating with this. There is not just potential here, but you're kind of showing each other very, very clearly your intentions and taking that consistent aligned action, right? This person might like to give you little gifts too with that Knight of Pentacles energy, or bring forth things that are helpful for you on your journey, or like with your success, or just what's important for you. Okay, that's something else that's coming through here. So it all feels like it's moving in a positive direction, and this doesn't feel like your modern dating stuff, right? This isn't hooking up. This isn't all the games and the gaslighting and the ghosting and all that. No. I mean, this seems like you manifested each other at the right time. You have the right intentions, but you're also taking that aligned action, and you're being really open and clear with each other. You're discussing boundaries. You're discussing your history. You're discussing, what's important for you too. And you're doing that because you feel safe with each other. And then with, again, that Knight of Pentacles, it's step by step, moving forward. And I would also say, and this is so interesting, with the Knight of Pentacles, this person's very respectful. And like when they walk with you, they don't walk ahead of you, they walk with you, right? Like, yes, they put you on a pedestal, but it's like they don't, they just feel very balanced. They feel like they're by your side. They don't feel like they're like charging ahead or being disrespectful in any way. I mean, there's like chivalry here. Like, this person opened doors, open car doors. Like, that's the sort of energy that's coming through. This feels more like a classic sort of love, right? Or connection. I don't want to say old school, but if I say old school, it's in a good way. It's not, it's not in a bad way. And this person, puts in the effort with the Knight of Pentacles energy, and they show you what you mean to them. Okay. So it's like, they pretty much reveal themselves and their intentions. They take that aligned action. I'm also getting the message, like, there's, again, that sense of, like, building a foundation with a friendship first, right? Like, not rushing into passion too quickly. But really taking your time with that Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, we have the Eight of Wands. This person's an excellent communicator as well. They're really going to stand out. They're going to stand out from who you've dated before, what you've experienced before. It feels like you're not compromising on anything, right? where before in the past you might have been dealing with people that played games, or were just interested in passion, were interested in proving themselves to you, or truly respecting you. But that's what this person is. I think, like, if anything, be appreciative of those experiences, because they helped you see what you don't want, and now this person is showing you what you do. And this is for those of you that are ready, that you're ready for love, you're ready for a connection. Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of like a slow burner connection. That's what it feels like. You might have had a lot of other ones that it was just like very passion heavy, but also very burdensome. That's what I'm getting with that 10 of Wands. This doesn't feel this way. This feels light. Yeah, we have the King of Pentacles. So the Knight of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. This person just keeps showing up with integrity. Okay. And surprising you. I mean, you might be very surprised by this person, and you're like sitting there probably like, okay, when is the other shoe going to drop? Or, when is this person not going to align with, do or align with what they say they're going to do? But it's like each step in this connection forward is healing. I feel like for you, but probably the both of you, because the 9 of Wands and the Ace of Swords definitely talks about, your wounds and what you experienced before. So you're taking it slow. And with the King of Pentacles, this is somebody who has intention for a long-term commitment. Well, I'm glad we waited for the singles messages, right? These were gorgeous. Yeah, oh my gosh. Ace of Cups. Bringing love to the table. So take your time, of course, getting to know new energies or with who you're dating, because it's very much also about what we learn about ourselves too, and reflecting on that. It's not a process to rush, right? But yeah, you feel this openness with this person, and they feel that way with you, and you both kind of just click, and then you don't cut any corners here in this connection. You just take it forward step by step. This is a healthy masculine energy that you can soften with. That's what's coming through too. But again, it does feel like you haven't experienced this before, or this person really stands out from kind of your dating experiences. Okay, so that's where I'm going to leave it. Thank you so much for joining me. Take the best care of yourself, and I will see you soon.